Good morning, dear students. Today, in Environmental Studies Part 1, we are going to complete a remaining part of lesson number 9, Maps are Companions. Before we begin with our today's session, let's take a quick recap of previous session. We studied that because of uneven surface of the earth, various landforms are formed on the earth. We studied about different examples of landforms such as mountains, valleys, plateaus, plains, islands, etc. Then we studied about importance of maps. There are different methods of showing landforms on a map. First method is contour line method. In this method, we studied that points of the same height are identified. Their position is marked accurately on the map. These locations are joined with a line. Such lines are called contour lines. Next method is layer tinting method. This method is based on contour lines. In this method, the spaces between contour lines are filled with color. Each color indicates a specific height. Third method is digital elevation method. It helps us to understand the physical setup of a region. This is the most modern method. In this, the information obtained through satellites and presented with the help of computers. Then we studied about uses of maps. Maps can be used in military operations, tourism, drawing up mountaineering routes, in making regional development plans, etc. Dear children, you will be watching one image of one method of showing the landforms on a map. Places of different heights are shown in the map. You have to find and join the dots that show places of the same height. What method of showing the landforms on a map have you used here? Let's join all points of 100. Now, let's join all points of 200 and finally join points of 300. Which method of map did we use here? Yes, it's a contour line method. Many people use maps. Many components are shown in maps or outline maps. If these components are shown on different maps in different ways, it will be difficult to understand them. Therefore, standard signs and symbols are used to make the map easy to read. These symbols and signs are universally used for specific components. That is why everyone can understand them. These standard signs and symbols are called conventional signs and symbols. Conventional signs are used to show various things on a map as per convention. These are in the form of letters or geometrical shapes. For example, lines, circles, triangles, dots, etc. Conventional symbols are used to show various things on a map as per convention. Symbols are miniature drawings of the respective objects. For example, temples, mosques, forts, etc. Dear children, you are going to identify the following signs and symbols and write their names in the boxes. The use of signs and symbols in a map helps the reader to get exact information about the places on the map. Now, see, the first symbol in this picture is about right to education. Then Doordarshan. public toilet, hospital, school ahead, and Bal Bharti. Now, let us study the list of some of the symbols used by the Survey of India while making maps. You can see here the first one is post office. Then the second one is harbour. Third one is lighthouse. Then fort. Next one is burial ground. And the last one is international boundary line. Next one is battlefield. Then railway, well, spring, triangulation mark, settlement, grass, contour line, lake, road, mine, and the last one is reserved forest. The Survey of India is using these all symbols while making maps. The Survey of India is the foremost map making institute in India. It was established in 1767. This institute has made a large number of topographic maps of the Indian subcontinent on various scales by conducting field surveys. These maps are known the world over for their accuracy. The institute's headquarters are in Dehradun in Uttarakhand. What we have learnt today? Introduction to landforms, methods of showing physiography, the use of colors to show height, the use of conventional signs and symbols.